Good morning, everyone. Welcome all of you to Learning at Unmukt workshops. So we have with us Dr. Shashikant again today. Many of you have attended his first workshop yesterday. Those of you who don't know him yet, he is a pioneer in propagating the cause of integrative medicine for disease prevention, diagnosis, and treatment. He has, affected positively the lives of a lot of individuals, not only in India, but in China, other Southeast Asian countries, and Europe as well. He is practicing medicine for about 15 years plus now in India as well as overseas. And his areas of, interest include rehabilitation, stress management, relaxation techniques, medical yoga, applied psychology, and lifestyle disease management. As I can see, we are still getting some people joining in. So maybe we wait another 1 or 2 minutes maximum and then we start.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for the second round of introduction. So yesterday's class was a kind of introduction where we can use different forms of breathing technique, existing breathing techniques. But today, what I want to share with you is it took me almost, I think, 2.5 years to come to this particular design of the breathing technique, which is very simple, but yet it incorporates the mind. So there are some research articles which shows that Indian yoga techniques have much evolved version of mind control than Western counterpart. So one of the research says that when you make your eyes stabilize to one point, so maybe it is a Om or cross or one point, or you're looking at the stars or anything, when you're fixing your eyeball to one point of the focus, indirectly mind is like a butterfly. So this butterfly of mind slowly comes and sits onto the present moment. So this was observed in research articles. So that's what yoga people uses Trataka techniques or eye gaze techniques or single point focus techniques or any other japa or rosary or mala, whatever you call. So these are innately designed in a such a way that to catch the mind. Initially we just, most of us will say that, okay, I want to do something, but I'm not able to do. Mind is not cooperating. Mind will take you. So it is like a mind ride. Mind wants to take you to so many avenues and aspects of life. So, and it gives valid reasons for why someone is thinking or analyzing or worrying, So mind is very, very intelligent. So if mind can be brought under your control, so that is where you feel much more confident. And it has its own, vast varieties of, positive impacts of mind under your control than you under the control of mind. Yesterday I was mentioning, somebody has done a research on the number of thoughts. So it is 60 to 70,000 random thoughts per day. Even if I take it on an average 50,000 random thoughts, conscious, subconscious, sleeping, dreaming, all included, all the random thoughts put together will be more than 50,000. So it means a lot of our energy goes in thinking rather than action. I give you a scientific aspect of this is the brain size or the weight of the brain is about 2% of your entire body weight. So adult brain, male brain weighs around 1.5 to 1.6 kg. So it is about 2% of your entire body weight. So that is anatomy. But physiologically, the brain consumes more than 20% of all the glucose and the oxygen of the body. So when the mind and body coordination, I was mentioning about 2% is the weight of your brain compared to the entire body. but the brain uses around more than 20% of your entire body's blood circulation and the oxygen and the glucose. So it means each thought is energy. So if I put it in a simplified version, is if I use my brain like a machine or the vehicle, like a motorbike. So most of us, what we're doing is we're using this engine in a static mode. We're using the mind, racing of the thoughts, racing of the thoughts, racing of the thinking without much actions in our life. So that is how we end up in sympathetic overactivity, where we get most common diseases like diabetes and hypertension. And India being the world capital of diabetes, our genes has to be blamed, but at the same time, our emotions. So if we get some tool to work on our uh, mind pattern, or in yoga terminology, we call it as chitta vritti. So chitta vritti is the modifications of the mind. So scientific yet scriptural description says that modifications of the mind, if we can control, the alignment of body mind will be much better. Same you with the mind control, your quality of life will be much different. The emotional strength will be much different. The coping skills will be much different. Okay. So with this introduction, I'd like to teach you the new meditation technique, or you can call it as, it is a combination of breathing, mudra, and meditation. You can call it like that. So I use the hand gestures. Hand gestures are like mudras. So in Hindu tradition and the Buddhist tradition, hand gestures are used for the maximum. You do Jnana Mudra, Ashirvada Mudra. Your gods and goddesses will be doing like this. It means don't fear, I am here. If Lakshmi is doing like this, it means it is giving the boon, Varada, Abhaya, Varada. So similarly, if you see the Jesus doing this, it also means it is don't worry, I am here. So this is a gesture. So when you see the Buddha doing this, it means something. So there is some essence in that. And we don't worry or go detail into that, but medically, according to the neurophysiology, the number of receptors are maximum in your hand compared to any part of your body. The information which goes from different parts of the body of pain, sensation, touch, pressure, hot and cold sensations, all these, more receptors are there in the hand. So when we are using hand in certain positions, there could be some reflexology changes or some meridian changes, some srotas of Ayurveda or nadis can change. So that is what I call it as, it's my hypothesis. But medically speaking, when you're doing some gesture and your mind is focused on that, you're forgetting other unwanted thoughts. So you are again getting thought dissociation. So this is a beautiful thought dissociation I adopt by using some hand gesture. So in that context, the thumb has the biggest area in the motor cortex of the brain. From the left side of the thumb on the right side of my motor cortex. Motor cortex means the part of the brain which is used for the movement of the body, hand movement, leg movement, So that we call it as motor cortex. And the right thumb has the biggest area in the motor cortex of the left brain. So this is called as motor and sensory homunculus. It's a medical term. Medical term homunculus means how the brain sees our body. The brain sees our body. It is not proportionate like this. Head is this small and chest is little bigger. It is not proportionate body. The brain sees our body like a very big hand, then the big face, big lips and tongue. Lips and tongues are smaller than the hand. So hand has a highest number of receptors. Second is your lips, and the tongue has second highest number of receptors in the body. So it is depicted like a large lips, large tongue, and very big hand. So that is the medical correlation of the mudras. So in this context, I'll use Shankha Mudra. So like this, you're going to do thumbs up. You can do thumbs up. With other 4 fingers, you can hold the thumb. Okay. And release the lower 4 fingers. And you are going to bend this and cover this knuckle area. So this is knuckle area. And your thumb is touching the middle finger, if you can do. So it looks like this. It looks like a conch or a seashell or a shankha. We'll redo this. Thumbs up. Okay. 4 fingers. Cover the thumb. And after covering also, your other thumb is up. And lower hand, you are releasing the 4 fingers. And simply tilt it and cover this knuckle area. Yeah, anyway, that is okay. That's all right. Good. Then twist your hand, bring it towards the chest. Doable? Okay. You can let me know if you find difficulty. We'll make it as easy version. If not, thumbs up again. 4 fingers cover. Release your 4 lower fingers and simply turn and touch like this. No problem. Then if you hold like this also, no problem. Touch like this also, no problem. If you hold, it looks like a conch or a seashell. And then holding onto the chest. All of you are able to do? I think somebody has joined again. So one more time I'll share. Thumbs up. 4 fingers. Cover this thumb. Hold this little tighter. Release lower 4 fingers. Bend your lower fingers and cover the knuckle area. Thumb touching the middle finger. Twist your hand. Hold it onto the chest. Okay, this is a part of Shankha Mudra or a seashell hand gesture. You can hold it in front of your chest. Okay. Kasturi madam, you need to just simply turn your fingers like this. Yeah, your left hand you turn towards your left shoulder. So that will become correct version. Yes, it's okay. Yeah. So this is a Shankha Mudra. In this, I want to add a psychotherapy technique of thought dissociation. You are going to focus your attention onto the blood circulation around the thumb. What thumb finger you're holding inside those 4 fingers, you're focusing your attention on that blood supply. Yeah, somebody messaged the benefits of Shankha Mudra. We'll see it later. Shankha Mudra is used for complex emotions, for heart, for ear-related problems, for joint-related problems. Shankha depicts the space element. For that, I have to again tell something else, which I'll tell you later. After once we do this technique, I'll tell it to you. So hold on like this. With the Shankha Mudra of yoga, I'm adding the psychotherapy technique of thought dissociation. So how to do that is you shift your attention towards the blood supply of the thumb. And after this, I think you're all able to do it. And after this, you shift your attention towards your breathing.
Sorry, sir, can you come again, please?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you the entire event again?
Yeah, that will be kind of.
Okay. Okay. So no problem. So I'll tell you in the 3 parts, easy version. One is holding Shankha Mudra, thumbs up, cover your 4 fingers around the thumb, Release the lower four fingers. Cover your knuckle area. Thumb touching the middle finger. After you do this, you twist your hand towards your chest. Bring it onto the hold in front of the chest. This is one part. So second part is okay for you?
I am not able to do it. Sorry.
Okay. So easy version, what I'll tell you is hold the thumbs up. You hold with four fingers. That's it. This is a very easy version. And hold it in front of the chest. This is a easy modified version where if somebody is having a finger pain, you'll not be able to do complete version. So just like that, also you can hold. So with this, you close your eyes and focus your attention onto the feeling of blood circulation around the thumb. So you are feeling the blood circulation around the thumb. So now, when you are feeling the blood circulation around the thumb, so that dissociates your mind from routine worrisome thoughts to something neutral. So after this, you are going to focus on breathing in, holding the breath, and breathing out. So there are three components. You're breathing in for a few seconds. You're holding your breath for a few seconds. You're breathing out for a few seconds. So that should be the focus. The focus from the thumb now shifts to the breathing. On an average, if nobody is having breathing issues, what I can suggest is you can start with 4, 4, 4. So 4 seconds, you are going to breathe in. 4 seconds, you are going to hold the breath. And 4 seconds, you are going to breathe out. So how to do that? It's simple. At the back of your mind, make the mind focus on the 4 movements, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you the breathing. So throughout this 4 seconds, which you are counting at the back of your mind, you are breathing in. And after that, you pause, you stop, you hold the breath for 4 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then slowly exhale, breathe out. That is again 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is one of the very challenging technique where...
Please do this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's okay. If you can mute all, it will be nice. So it's a beautiful technique, and challenging technique is, if you are getting any thoughts when you're doing this 4 seconds breathe in, 4 seconds holding the breath, 4 seconds exhalation, then you're not doing the technique right. When you are doing the technique right, your mind will be locked into the counting of... Mind is doing some work. So mind's work is chewing of the thoughts. So you are giving the mind its own work by giving a neutral signal of breathing in, holding, breathing out. So mind keeps on doing that work. And when mind is doing this work, you will not get any other thoughts. So this is a beautiful technique which you'll experience, and then we'll discuss about it, and then we redo it. All right. So hold like this. If your elbows are paining, you can relax like this also, no problem. You should be comfortable with yourself. So that is the main mandatory. And however you're able to hold the Shankh Mantra. Now let us do 10 counts of breathing in, holding, and breathing out. So 5 counts, I will use my voice signal to make you breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Next 5 signals, you listen to your breath pattern of breathing in, holding, and breathing out. All right, we'll start. I'll take a breath in 4 seconds. Hold my breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, continue to do the same. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathing in. Hold. Breathe out. Mentally, 4 seconds. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Now on your own for 5 breaths or 4. Be on your own. Listen to your breathing pattern and mold it into 4 seconds breathe in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds exhalation. Keep doing it on your own. So after 5 counts of breath, very slowly and gently, you can release the hand gesture. So you can also sit, Nirmalaji. The boy also can sit there. I'll give him different one. Okay, now you want to discuss something about this?
Your problem.
So you ask me, and I'll tell you how best you can utilize this for maybe next 3 to 6 months to build the lung volume.
This one.
Okay. For the child, what I'll say is, you can do the Garuda Mudra. This is for you. Interlock the thumb like this. Okay. And keep your both hands onto the chest. And you're going to say ooh sound. Take a deep breath in. Ooh. Okay. Now give the headphone to grandma and you go to your room and do this 20 times and come back.
He was very curious.
Yes. Okay. You can ask me some questions because I don't want to teach too many things, but this one technique, you will believe it or not, I'll make it like a capsule, which you'll take like a tablet or a capsule, and I'll ask you to do it. This is one of the most, well-proven techniques. I used this for 2 years in one of the tertiary care hospitals, Vikram Hospital of Bangalore. I was working with Dr. Rajesh Iyer, and I use this technique. It's the synthesis of people not able to do all the yoga asanas. So I use the mudras and breathing technique.
What is the exact benefit of this?
Sir?
What is the exact benefit of this particular?
So mainly two things. One is your thoughts. You will be able to dissociate your thoughts. Dissociate means?
Put that light on.
Yeah, dissociation of thoughts means you're thinking something neutral or negative or something worrying. So from those repetitive worrisome thoughts, you're shifting your mind from something neutral. So that neutral part is your breathing. So first it will help you for thoughts dissociation. Second, it will help you for regulating your breathing. So I'll ask you one question is, when you are very calm, relaxed, refreshed, your breathing will be, how your breathing will be?
Very easy.
Easy.
Smooth and easy. Yeah.
Yes. Relaxed, comfortable, autonomic, soothing breathing.
Yes.
But imagine when you're into an anger, how will be your breathing?
Breathing is
very fast.
Fast,
irregular.
Fast, irregular, and abnormal.
Irregular.
Abnormal, yes.
Yeah. So you connect, make an equation, emotions, breathing. So calm emotions, relaxed breathing. Angry emotions, fast breathing. You agree with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
When we shift our breathing technique for 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, you're actually shifting the emotions indirectly. So when you keep on doing this 4-4-4 breathing technique, your emotions will get molded and your aggressions will be reduced. Anger will be reduced.
Okay.
No? So this is an indirect benefit, indirectly benefiting.
It works for anxiety also?
It will work much
for
better
anxiety?
for anxiety. Yes, of course. I'll tell you the application once.
It's 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. After exhaling and inhaling, in between there is no 4 seconds necessary?
In between also, it is some techniques I'll do it, but in this case, I'll give it like a natural pause. So in a normal breathing technique, there is a breathing in and breathing out, and in between there is a few seconds of a pause.
Right.
So this pause I want to maintain. So make the mind breathing in, hold, breathe out. So after that, automatically for few seconds, without your knowledge, there will be pause. Maybe 1 second or 2 seconds. So that let us ignore that.
Okay. One question, Dr. Shashikant.
Sir.
Yeah, why you are insisting for Shankh Mudra? Can we do it in Chin Mudra or any other mudra also? What is specific advantage we have by Shankh Mudra?
Very, very good question. So in common, what I use is complexity of emotions. So Shankh Mudra represents the energy of Anahata Chakra or the complex emotions. Like some people will have unsaid emotions. They don't want to tell their problems to anybody else. You know, these complex unresolved emotions can be touched upon by using the Shankh Mudra. That's what I use commonly. But your question is very good. Based on the disease status, for example, if any neurological issues, I'll use the Prana Mudra. You know, for children less than 10 years or less than 16 years, I'll make them do the Prana Mudra, Jnana Mudra, palms facing downwards, because they need to have this world knowledge, Iha and Para knowledge. So they need this world knowledge. For adults and elderly people, I'll ask them to do the palms up. So they need to have the otherworldly knowledge. So in that sense, I modify the mudras. For example, I did this Shankha Mudra, Garuda Mudra.
Garud Mudra.
For anxiety, I'll teach you one technique where I'll use this for anxiety and insomnia. It works very well. I'll ask you one question. Just imagination. When somebody is into a lot of fear, where their hand goes? Sudden fear.
Heart.
Yes.
Heart region.
Yeah. Why? Because if you imagine around you there is some bioenergy or prabhavalaya or an aura, so there will be maximum aura in the hands and around the hands. So when there is a fear, the energy around the chest will become reduced.
So the hand goes.
Yeah, body automatically goes towards aura.
Okay.
So imagine this subtle energy changes. So this is even though you will feel it, an element of truth in this, you'll really correlate with correctly will correlate with this bioelectrical energy aura will reduce in front of the chest when you fear into anxiety, and suddenly you're bringing that both hands in front of your chest. You feel as if your biomagnetic energy of your hands are soothing your chest part.
Okay.
And believe it or not, your grandchildren, when you sit and you can do like this in front on their forehead or back,
they love it.
Patting of the back is actually you're using the bioelectrical energy of your hand to soothe their anahata chakra or
wow.
So this is so deep,
Yeah.
And when so in India we've been told to do this namaskar mudra. And yesterday I was telling you're doing breathing technique, your both right and left brain will be synchronous, and just by doing like this is absolutely one of the perfect example of right and left brain synchronization. Perfectly it happens because information from this part of the body goes to the left, information from this part of the body goes to the right. So together you're doing namaskar mudra. It is actually you're using both logical part and emotional part of the brain. This can be provable. If somebody wants to do a functional brain MRI and find out the dopamine release or gamma aminobenzoic acid GABA levels, it can be proven. If somebody has that access, we can do it. All of us can be a subject and find out, is there any secretion of dopamine when I do this technique, and when at the end I feel any change. So subjectively and objectively, we can prove it for the modern world. I'll give another example. When you bow down and do namaskara to some elderly people, some seniors, actually you're cutting down your ego level from the psychological perspective. And when you're bowing down in front of some seniors, the life experience of them, which is condensed in the form of the spiritual essence, when our body is left, what we take back is the memories which are embedded in the chakras, and that will be taken out away from the body. So that life experience will be given, some part of that will be shared with the children when you do the Ashirvada.
Okay.
This is so deep.
I know.
Yeah. So in that context of understanding of the science and spirituality, mudras have its own implications. So commonly I use Shankha mudra, nothing in particular. This mudra, I use this. So this is very unique. You would have never learned this anytime before because it is an indigenous combination. I will not say that I discovered this. It's a combination technique. Sir, Avdesh sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
ये आपका question answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, at the end, when we split this simple one technique, it will become multiple techniques. For back pain, I use Merudanda Mudra. So 4-4-4 breathing technique, Merudanda Mudra. For insomnia, I use some other. For allergy, I'll use this mudra. So it is, I forget this. This is a Brahmara mudra. It looks like a Brahmara bee. So this looks like a eye of a bee. It looks like antenna of the bee. So this is for skin allergy. Okay. For back pain, I use this. For back pain, I use this Merudanda mudra. So
sir, can you repeat the allergy one again, please?
Allergy one is like this. See, actually, so let us. I think I'll repeat this. But if you have anybody else do you find it interesting?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So secret of mudra is each finger represents some element. Fire, air, space, earth, and water.
Okay.
And when you do that like this, Dhyana Mudra, what you're doing is the element of air and the fire you're balancing. So
both hands.
Both hands can be done. Both hands can be done. Yeah. So this is like a balance of two elements. But if I want to increase one element, I use the Agni at the base of the earth, Prithvi. So this is called as Aditya Mudra, detoxification Mudra.
I see.
Somebody wants to do for weight reduction, I'll use I'll use Surya Mudra, sorry. Okay, this is not Surya Mudra. This ring finger. The ring finger folded and the thumb kept on the pad of the finger it is called as Surya Mudra. So there is only one research on this Surya Mudra saying that Surya Mudra increases local biochemical reaction or local temperature. So like this. So Surya Mudra, yes. If I use the tip of the ring finger and touch the tip of the thumb, it will become Prithvi Mudra. If I fold it and press upon the ring finger, it will become Surya Mudra.
Okay.
I use Surya Mudra for hypothyroidism, weight related issues. And with Surya Mudra, I'll use, yesterday you remember, I told the left nostril breathing. For weight reduction, I use the right nostril breathing, 40 counts morning, 40 counts afternoon, 40 counts evening. With Surya Mudra, 5 minutes morning, 5 minutes evening.
Excuse me, right nostril breathing means inhaling right, exhaling again right only.
Sir. So that is called as Surya Anuloma Viloma Pranayama. Only breathing from the right nostril.
Anulom.
Surya Bhedi Pranayama or something.
Surya Bhedi Pranayama.
Left nostril.
Right nostril.
Right nostril.
Fire, air, and then?
The thumb is the fire. Index finger is the air. The middle finger is the space or ether. The ring finger is the Prithvi or earth. Little finger is the water.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this is according to yogic text. But Ayurveda, the same hand gesture will change. The astronomy, same hand gesture will change. The astrology, same hand gesture will change. Okay. Now you imagine, I want to give this breathing technique as a capsule.
Right.
Somebody will give you, Ecosprin AV, take it in the afternoon. And Telma H, 40 mg, 12.5 mg, take it.
Yes.
Most of you will be taking. Take in the morning hours. Metformin 500 mg or 850 mg or 1000 mg. Take morning one, afternoon, evening one, something like that. So
instead of that,
no. Along with that, I'll not replace.
Okay.
So what I want to do is I don't want the allopathy. I'm also allopathy doctor. I don't want the allopathy doctor to kill me. So I'll say that you take all the techniques, all the medicines given by doctor,
yeah.
but start working on the breathing. If you are getting benefited onto the blood sugar control or the hypertension control, go back to your doctor. Doctor will say, "Ore, inka BP to kam ho raha hai. Let me reduce the medication dosage." So that will be the perfect
breathing technique for BP. Go. We got it, sir.
So that's perfect idea where your own doctor is reducing the number of medication. Will not say completely cure it, but with little medication, if you're able to control it, much better. Okay. You can see the board at the back.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to write on this like a prescription. I hope you give me little freedom to move around. Okay. You're able to see this? So technique name I made is 4-4-4 breathing technique plus mudra. So 20 times morning, 20 times afternoon, 20 times evening for 1 month. So it is like giving you like a capsule. So this RX means take a dose. You take this. This is the medical meaning of RX. Take this. You take this. So you take the breathing in for 4 seconds, breathing, holding the breath for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds. So this is one capsule. 4-4-4 is a capsule. For others, you can do 4-4-6, 4-4-8, 4-4-4-4, no problem. But usually I use this as a common pattern. And you start working on this. 4-4-4 is 1 count. So like that you do 20 counts morning, 20 counts afternoon, 20 counts evening for
Shankamudra.
With Shankamudra.
With Shankamudra.
Yeah, with Shankamudra for 1 month.
Okay.
Now guess from your side that what could be the changes in the second month?
Your thoughts they get better, like you don't overthink and you become calmer.
Yeah. So that is
the breathing gets regulated.
Breathing gets regulated much better. Anxiety will reduce. The awareness will be much better.
Chewing thoughts will come down.
Number of thoughts will reduce, definitely. And overall of your well-being, if somebody is having senile tremor, for example, age-related hands are tremoring. We call it as senile tremor.
Okay.
Intensity of senile tremors also reduces. The quality of sleep increases.
Okay.
So this is my hypothesis individually, but somebody has to disprove it or prove it. So this is how I believe this. And second month, believe it or not, second month. So this is about first month. Is okay with you? 4-4-4 is for first month. Second month, I'll ask you to do 6 seconds breathing in, 4 seconds holding the breath, 6 seconds breathing out.
4 holding.
Yeah.
And 6 breathing out.
Yeah. So imagine you are taking this as a capsule of 4-4-4 breathing technique.
I got a call.
And you're doing it 20 times in the morning. It will become how much? 4-4-4 is 12 seconds. 12 seconds multiplied by 20. That much time you have to spend in the morning hours. 12 seconds into 20 afternoon. 12 seconds into 20 evening.
Okay.
So, itna 12.
You have to find time for this.
Yeah. So this is it will take less time only.
Do you know who is this boy? Can you make out? I'm busy now, Papa.
Okay. So second month, 6-4-6. So third month onwards, 6-6-6.
So all are for 20 times.
Yeah, on an average 20 times. If a disease is different, if in an anxiety patient, I'll use 5 times in a day, 20 times each. Or 30 times, 3 times in a day.
So the 6-6-6 is also 20 times.
Yeah.
On regular basis, like
third month. Third month onwards, it is third 3 to 6 months. I ask them to do 6-6-6.
But in the afternoon, you should be before lunch.
Yeah. So each time, at least 40 minutes, you should not eat before or after doing this technique. See, what I can suggest is you take your selfie, keep it with you, same mobile, same lighting conditions, same time. Maybe after 1 month, take it again. Is there any change in your facial outlook or expressions or any content? You be the scientist and you note down any changes in you. How is your sleep cycle? How is your food habits? How is your emotional interaction with other people? How more awareness you have, and you notice the change, and after 1 month you can get back to me.
So all are with the Shankha Mudra only?
No, mudras
all.
can be changed. Now mudras can be changed. Now you ask any questions based on the disease pattern. I change the mudra. Mudras can be changed. So I'll kept it as optional. But the breathing technique I made it same.
What about for diabetes?
Diabetes, I usually use this mudra. Fold the index finger, keep the thumb on it, touch the middle finger and the ring finger, let the little finger be straight, like this. This is called as Apana Vayu Mudra. So thumb is folded completely, thumb is totally folded. Keep the, index finger is folded, keep the thumb on it. Now you touch the middle finger and the ring finger to the tip of the thumb. Little finger is straight. So it looks like this, yeah. So that is called as Apana Vayu Mudra. So Apana Vayu Mudra I use for diabetes.
Both hands to be kept like this?
Sir, both hands.
How long?
On your lap.
On your lap, yes. You can see how long means you can say 4, 20 times. So that much. Or if you are not doing the breathing technique, imagine if you are doing some other breathing technique from yesterday, you can simply keep this. You are watching TV, keep this Apana Vayu Mudra for 5 minutes, no problem. Normal breathing. You can change. So there is no strict, yes. Yeah. There is no hard and fast rule that you should only do like this. Nothing like that. It's as per your convenience, you can do it. 2 minutes to 5 minutes.
Any particular mudra for heart problems people have at this age?
Heart problems, usually I use again this. There is little modification of this, will become Hrudaya Mudra. If I hold like this, if I'm touching the tips, it will become Apana Vayu. If I do like this, it will become Hrudaya Mudra.
Okay.
And Prana Mudra. Yeah, Prana Mudra also can be used. Prana Mudra bhi use kar sakte hain.
Only this much, that's all.
Yeah, tip of the little finger, tip of the ring finger touching the tip of the thumb. Other 2 fingers straight. It is like victory sign.
Victory sign. Both the hands?
Yeah, both the hands.
And
which mudra
keeping
for
on the lap?
For backache and knee pain and all that? Which mudra?
Okay. Backache, I use this Merudanda Mudra. So extended thumb. So this looks like the spine of our. Now this is like a neck. This is like a spine. So when you hyperextend the thumb, the stretch of this thumb goes information to the brain, and brain focuses on this stretch. So there is, in pain pathway, there is something called as touch, and the pain goes in the same track to the brain. When you are stretching it more, this stretch will start feeling like a pain. This pain signal will go to the brain, and the signals which are going from the knee or the back will reduce for some time, maybe 2 to 6 hours.
Like this?
Brain. No, I'm showing this to the camera. I'm holding like that. Otherwise, you can keep it on the.
What about your hand? Where do you keep this? Just
keep it on your leg.
Keep it on your Keep it on your on the knees when you're sitting. You can do like this. You can do like this.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Or you are just sitting like that. You can on other hand, is your hidden is doing some mudra, nobody knows.
Any mudra for acidity?
Acidity, I use detox mudra, sir, Aditi mudra. Acidity again, acidity again related with the emotions plus the stomach. So I have stressors. Stressors will change my adrenaline, noradrenaline. That will stimulate the secretion of a hormone called as gastrin. The gastrin hormone secretes more hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So it is very much linked, like stressors increase in the gastrin, hydrochloric acid increases. So if I reduce the stress, the gastrin hormone reduces, hyper acidity reduces. So I use Aditi mudra for that. Detox mudra. Or Prithvi mudra also can be used.
And palm facing upwards or downwards, sir?
Anyway, usually palm facing upwards. For all adults, palm facing upwards.
What about the psoriasis, doctor?
Do you find it's interesting, madam?
Very, very interesting, sir.
Yeah.
Doctor?
Pardon?
Anything for psoriasis?
Psoriasis. I use this Varuna mudra. The Varuna mudra is for anything. See, this is actually not proven. I'm not sure, but it will dissociate your thoughts. You know, you believe that, okay, this is going to help me for the psoriasis, and indirectly the immunity changes. Body immunity changes. Arey yaar, ye mujhe help karega. This mudra is going to help me. So you are changing, unlocking the hidden potentials of your own mind. So that is where you will get benefit.
Correct.
So you take it, my words, you take it is mudra, ye ho sakta hai, help ho sakta hai, bol ke aap le lijiye, but
very
make the mind, yeah,
positive.
you don't believe this suddenly, but make your mind that
positive.
Okay, my belief is by doing this, it is going to help me. So usko channelize zyada karna. So you are reprogramming your own subconscious mind. So this one is the Varuna mudra. Varuna mudra mainly helps for the skin texture, skin related issues, and kidney.
For both hands we have to do, or only single hand?
Both hands can be done for a better result.
Thank you.
So abstract of this class is the 4-4-4 breathing technique plus one mudra. Usually I use Shankha mudra, or in that case of Shankha mudra, I can use any mudra which depends on the client or a patient. And 4-4-4 breathing technique I want to use usually to make the mind dissociate itself and get trapped in the counting of breathing in, holding, breathing out, breathing in, holding, breathing out. So mind will become doing some activities of neutral activity where it is just focusing on the breathing. So then your body's sympathetic overactivity will reduce. Sympathetic overactivity will reduce. Body focuses on the healing and the repair. In this healing and repair, body sends some chemicals, or body changes, body the anabolic structure activities will increase, the positive neurotransmitters will be better. In that state of parasympathetic activity, the disease healing will be much better. This is my understanding.
How will we get these information on mudras, different types of mudras?
Usually, see, mudras are actually a lost heritage where I spent around 4 to 5 years for this. Just like going to people like you, seniors, and if somebody is doing some puja mudras, or somebody is doing some dance mudras, somebody is doing yoga mudras, I used to learn those things from them.
No, because we won't be remembering all the mudras, so somewhere we should get this information.
I think the Unmukt technical team is recording the complete content. I think they'll be sharing it with you.
That will be very useful.
Yeah, the same contents will be shared with you, I think.
This 4-4-4 technique, this is also one of the pranayams. So will it help in our lungs functioning also?
100%. So it is directly taken from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika of Rechaka Puraka Kumbhaka. Breathing in, holding, breathing out. So it is just Hatha Yoga. But for the modern people, if I say yoga, some out of 10 people, 20, 8 people disappear. So I'll say 4-4-4 is easy to convince any non-religious structure. 4-4-4 is easy, but basic is found in the scriptures. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, we find this. So Swatvarama Hatha Yoga Pradipika, we find all this content. But
can you again explain? I mean, Sankamitra. I mean, can you again teach once more?
Yeah, simple. Thumbs up.
On the right hand.
Any hand, no problem.
Okay.
So other 4 fingers cover the thumb. Other side, other hand is also you are making the thumb up. Release the lower 4 fingers. You bend your elbow and cover this knuckle area with your finger. Thumb touching the middle finger, and slowly twist your hand. It looks like Shankha. Keep it onto the chest, or you can keep it onto the table also. You can keep it, no problem. Keep one pillow underneath. You can keep it your hand resting, no problem.
I think today's session was very, very interesting, and obviously we will be making a recording of this session available, and I'm sure this recording will be the most in demand, among all others. That's my view about it.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, sir, definitely Dr. Shashikant will be here with us again on Wednesday 24th. He's coming up with mobility management, workshop on mobility management. That will greatly help people who have reduced mobility over the years due to age. It could be neurological factor. It could be factors related to your, arthritis or osteoporosis or anything. So he's going to help us overcome those factors and lead a much more natural life by moving around normally without any aids. So that's his session about mobility on Wednesday. If you are interested in breathing techniques, he will be here with us again on 7th of April with mobility with breathing techniques part 1, which will be a repeat of yesterday. And today's session again will be repeated on 9th of April. In between, Dr. Shashikant will also be conducting sessions with us on relaxation techniques. So please don't miss those also.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shashikant.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Really a pleasure for us to be having you with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor, so much. So well.
Thank you.
When will this be repeated? I just missed that.
I beg your pardon?
When will this be repeated?
This particular session will be repeated on 9th of April. And breathing techniques part 1 will be repeated on 7th of April.
Okay, 9th of April.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And tomorrow we have a session on gardening with Sonia Kapoor. And if you want to learn about the plants that you should be, that are good for summer, please don't miss tomorrow's session at 4 o'clock. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Bye. Yeah, thank you.